mic working? Yes. Hi. But yeah, my name is Grunt Kado. Thank you all for coming. Maybe you know me only as Kaiser Friedrich on YouTube. Main character in Eve is Grunt. But yeah, basically I'm going to talk about my Eve journey, basically from small beginnings in init and then finding fun or like finding gameplay in small gang and then learning to small gang, and then how the connection to YouTube is, and what my different types of content were, and some changing points. Sorry? Oh, hi. Okay, never mind. All right. Yeah, let's dig in. Basically, Grunt in game, Grunt Kado, Kaiser Friedrich on YouTube. It's just a weird. I had basically two nicknames back when I created was playing Eve, and yeah, YouTube was more like I tried to ticker tank basically YouTube, if you know what I mean. Like if Grunt Kado is a YouTube channel, then I even get recognized more in local, and that's not so good for getting content. But I'll get to that at some point as well. Yeah, Origins, where I started playing in a large-scale alliance, like Init, still exists today, thankfully. And I just enjoyed large-scale PvP pretty much under Pando FCing, like did some 200-man bomber fleets, like Stuka fleets, doing whaling fleets, killing rockwills, pushing 200 bombers. That was pretty epic. Yeah, so not so much small gang there. I only did basically solo PvP on the side in Losec, like some frigate flex PvP, right? It's pretty easy to get into, like a Federation Navy Comet, 30 million. Even if you're in a large-scale alliance, you can just jump clone to Losec and do it. And I did a little bit of small gang, or like not small gang, sorry, solo roaming in Nalsec, but also with cheap brawling cruisers. So not really like kiting or like any expensive stuff, only very simple, basic things like I think like a high tank Brutix or something, or like a Vexor Navy, or like I can't remember really. But basically learning basic stuff like module management in frigate PvP, and large scale PvP was only not so much learning effect, only like enjoying the large-scale fights, and yeah, module management from frigate PvP and how the locals react to me and NASEC. Back when signal filaments weren't a thing, you had to gate from low-sec into NASEC, right? And you were fighting the same people all over again, and you had some learning curve there, basically. But yeah, after Init, I left Init because it was kind of boring at some point. I mean, it's fine. I don't blame anyone still being in the NASEC Alliance for 10 years, but at some point I wanted to try something else. I got approached by Tim Barron, like a guy that I fought basically in NASEC, like a couple of times, and he said, "Oh, you're an NPC corp now. Do you want to come to my wormhole and build a new corp, like a small gang corp, with me?" And it was pretty fun because it was a random encounter in Eve, like a little butterfly effect, to say, and we gamed together, or like we learned small gang together for like 1.5 years, I think, with like a fresh group of players that weren't really small gangers back then. So there was a lot of learning going on, a lot of feeding, obviously, fighting, I don't know, like 20 Feroxes and like 5 hacks, probably back then was the meta, like Iki Tursas, Shield Ikis, or like Rail Demoses. And yeah, that was the time when I basically learned how to double-click in space, how to not get scrammed for 3 minutes, and then after 3 minutes I was eventually killing a Brutix. Like that was really a struggle at first, but it was pretty impactful. Like your actions for like 10 minutes or so were basically deciding the outcome of the fights. Different to large scale, basically, you either die or like press F1 obviously, and you either win or you don't the fight after all. But in small game, it's more like every action you take decides the fight. So that was very enjoyable, obviously, and I think that was also the time when after like a year or so, I started recording my gameplay, and that was basically my first videos, I think. But yeah, let's look at a nice timeline I threw together. You don't have to need to read everything. I'm going to talk about most things. How does the pointer work? Yeah. So this is the. It's not actually Dark Ages. Like I like in it, obviously, but it's a pre YouTube era. And then when this was like 1.5 years in Strix. And basically, I created my first YouTube videos right like 1 year after being in Strix. My YouTube content really focuses on the main, like everything above AT, because Alliance Tournament, scrimming, and playing the matches is not really good for YouTube. It's quite boring it's not doable to make YouTube videos from scrimming, because it's incredibly obsec, like what comms you have and what theorycrafting. I think I uploaded like some fights of the tournament itself, but I think they're not really enjoyable to watch for many people, because it's so niche, right? Alliance Tournament is not really, not really watched by many players. But yeah, like even in Strix, I did some solo filamenting, and also like some microfilamenting in the end, or like in the start of 2022. It was like when the ESS came out, basically. It was really great to find fights with like a blingy curse and like a cruiser like a Besla or like a Tengu. In the end, like I think in the beginning it was a Tengu, but when filamenting was a thing, it was a new way to hop around the nullsec without formals or without gating from lowsec. So you could fight many different groups. I'm gonna come back to this diagram later on. I'm gonna stay in the yearly thingies. So this is like the year 22, 23. You see like the first few videos, like the Iki video is like a small game video with Strix, but also some solo filamenting. Like I think I did some clickbait thumbnails and got some big views here, like insane powerful batteries, and like I fiddled around with Photoshop a bit, and that was like solo filamenting, right? Like with a blingy-ish demos that could win like a 1v5 if the DPS, like if it's staggered, if they come in 1 by 1. This is all like small gang, and yeah, this is basically literally my first video here. So I just wanted to show the slide to see how my content was back then, and that was all with my main in the ESS or in space first, and then I hope for people to come to me and fight me, and the recognition wasn't that great. So it's obviously good for content. If people don't know me and they see like a Vex on AV, they happily come and fight me. But basically, in terms of small gang, I don't know if anyone really has the same feeling when sometimes you die when don't taking drugs, right? You have drugs in cargo, and then you die, or you have a fight and you die, and fuck, I forgot to consume drugs. So I actually developed this muscle memory to always consume drugs when the fight starts. When I get a PvP timer, someone shoots me, okay, let's go to consume drugs, log in. And then, you end up with all these event drugs. I have to get all the drugs always. I have like 9 active drugs when I can, and it ends up like over and over again. I see myself killing a 50 mil character, right? And then I'm actually ISK negative from drugs because nothing else comes. So even though small gang is really exciting, sometimes it is boring to a degree, because you sometimes do the same thing over and over again, especially in like an MWD kiting ship. Like for example, the 50 MN pulls Omen Navy. You always have to run away from the scram brutix. You need like 3 minutes to kill him, and you always have to run and not get scrammed. And sometimes it's really repetitive. And with some newfound money, basically, from AT, like my first AT run was like a Hail Mary run. I think we went first place with Damasus Kadesh as a team captain, completely randomly, like typing in the channel looking for players, signed up, and we scrimmed, and then we went fourth place, and I got the Laylabs and Raichu. It's like 400 bill back then, and I instantly invested that money into like all the things I wanted to try out. My gameplay was still smogging, but the footage was much more enjoyable to watch from brawling videos, like the one-man army series. If you know it, it says like a brawling praxis or like Hyperion. That was quite expensive back then to me, and with the money from AT, I just said, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna eat a 500 mil praxis and like a 3 billion S-clap pot, and just try it out, right? Because why not? I like brawling. Let's see what happens. And you see here, that was basically when I tried it out. Like this one is the first one, but this one really is the first S-clapian battleship brawling, like the hype praxis. It's always the same scenario where like I'm outside of the ESS and I ding dong the ESS with a recon or like a Execura, and then people warp to the ESS thinking I'm inside, and the fight instantly starts because there's a triple web praxis at 0 and blasting you. Like it's great. I can recommend. But yeah, it's a little clip to see what happens in those videos. I hope it plays. Maybe not. All right, who's ready for some Python, huh? Okay, this is a classic. I just want to explain the setup a bit more. My most enjoyable brawling ship is like the Praxis, and I just want to go over like the key aspects, what makes it so great in terms of like my specific setup, which is basically the addition of the escape bay frigates, like saving your pods always, like a Dramiel or Succubus. I recommend using, and it protects like high-grade Asclepian pods, which is essentially making it so strong because the enemy sees a Praxis. First of all, Praxis is a bit weird. It's known as like a noob ship-ish because it doesn't need any skills. And if you have a scenario where people warp to you at 0, right into your void damage, and you have a sensor booster with Scanrest and then 2 webs and a grappler, you basically can tackle anything really, except maybe for like a frigate. But frigate usually don't warp to an ESS, right? Because they can't go inside. So if like a blingy cruiser, like a kiting cruiser, warps to you at 0, it's the best thing that can happen to you. And this one is like back then Marauders were still allowed in ESS, obviously, and the cold DPS from a Marauder is like 2,500 max. I mean, usually it's around like 2K to 3K, depending on the fit, and you really need to, that's a benchmark basically. You need to be able to tank a Marauder, otherwise you just die. And because Marauders back then were the go-to response for like a brawling battleship, obviously people don't want to lose, or like they're not keen on like 1v1ing a battleship in a battleship, so they just bring a Marauder. These reps are Tech 2, obviously, but they can be a little bit abyssal rolled. You should use Punto Market to check it out, the stats and everything, and just look for like Tech 2 rolled mods. And then you have some really great stats, like 1K DPS cold and 3K DPS heated tank. And that's basically it. The whole fit is 500 million, and you never lose a pot, and you just, sometimes you even loot 500 million in mods. Like if a nightmare comes to you, you can 100% win against a nightmare. You don't even need the curse for it. Like inside the ESS, you can just wear it down. You're more cap efficient with the cap boosters. Cap practice have like 15 cap sticks or so. Like it's insane. It's busted. I love the practice. But yeah, enough theory crafting. After a few successful brawls and like 5 or 6 successful videos, people tend to recognize my name more and more because they lose like 5 ships, and it's not that many people in Nalsec that actually fight you. So it's like if you yeet every day basically. Back then I was a student, I had a lot of free time, and I could yeet in every time zone basically. And at some point people recognized me, and they don't really want to fight me anymore. It was a fun time, but all nice things come to an end, I guess, for a content creator that relies on baiting. And I didn't really get any fights anymore in these small content creation, like solo or micro gang, where my name is initially in the local, and then there's no reinforcements. Like if I'm going with a fixed setup, like a filament or something with no additional ways of reinforcing me myself, it's over basically, because either nothing happens or like 5 recons and like a lot of DPS comes, and I can't fight it. And this is even pretty funny. Like this is the second video or so from a one-man army series. Basically, whoops, sorry. This is basically the reason why I stopped doing those yeets, because this is very common. People just don't come if they see me, because they know what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't blame them, obviously. Maybe one of you also didn't come to fight me, but it's okay. Like I don't blame anyone. It is what it is. But yeah, scraping the barrel basically is when I try to be creative then with the content, or like the brawling content, because I still like brawling. And I think that was like 2023 or so, or 2024, when I was in Terra, like with a whole, like with a big group of small gang people. And I would go out with a brawling practice, or Dominic's Navy or so, and someone in a cough sino was following me 2 jumps behind me, and I would go to like Pandemic Horde staging. They would drop 2 marshals on me, and there goes the sino up, and there's 30, I don't know, 30 Lokis or whatever. That was like, I think this one is the Marshalls. I don't see it, but this one is basically when I was in Terra, and 2 Marshals get dropped. This one is in Terra. So I was still trying to brawl. Yeah, this one is when Fraternity was dropping 2 dreads on me, or like 3 dreads on my praxis, and then we had a massive fight and killed a few dreads. It was great. But yeah. The brawling, and you see like the Bestlat series was pretty good as well. That's basically when the bait or like the content ship I use is so good that the enemies want to fight you, and an IT ship is a pretty decent content creation tool. Not so much anymore today because it sometimes becomes boring as well for me. So I stopped using the Bestla, I even sold it. But back then it was still like new-ish, and people wanted to see if they can battle a Bestla. I think, yeah, I got pretty good content, and I think people liked it as well. But yeah, that was basically it with the solo and microgang roaming. Like I tried many things, and then there was quite a few times when I was eating for like 2 or 3 hours and I didn't get any content, and many locals saying hi Grunts, and I like your videos, and goodbye. Obviously, I don't blame them again, but yeah, it's like pretty dead for me now to use solo and microgang roaming for content generation. Next is small gang roaming. I hope it's not dead yet. It's knocking on the door, but yeah, it's basically the Excel yeets, I call it. It's basically because it's a setup where it's so predefined that everything is perfectly working together, like the comp, like a 10-man setup, for example, where every fit I design in PvPer and build it with like abyssal mods, the abyssal puzzle, and we yeet with like 50 build worth of ships, go to the next staging and fight 10v50, basically. That's the idea of it, right? Like the prime small gang comp, able to fight anything, but like maybe, I don't know, like a fleet of like 50 CFIs, where like the incoming damage is so high that you can't initially tank it. It's designed for like the staging, standing warriors of like the big coalitions. I don't know if anyone of you is like liking to be in the standing fleet, like basically. I don't know if you ever roamed into maybe, let's say, CTEX not so much nowadays. Goons don't really standing fleet subcaps or like normal subcaps. They only really do like redeemers, I think, or like rockets or whatever. But like, for example, CTEC N, I think is staging of init. When you go to CTEC N in a subcap, they don't react with like a fleet formed, obviously, but like members come in like random ships and try to kill you. Normally, and in big numbers, obviously, but yeah, you try to fight it. Second clip is basically, yeah, a clip for Excel yeets.
All good, just grapple.
Can I get one lock range receiver on Bargus again?
Damsel on tin from...
Yeah, I need to lock and kill the Celestis at 200.
What's damping you?
Then are you down out?
I'm damping Celestis.
I wanna switch. It's dying. Skimmy is kind of holding.
Let's stay on Dayhem.
Celestis Irish.
Stay on Dayhem.
He's damped now. He's damped.
Thank you.
We lost the rook, so we can't jam lodge anymore.
I'm damping the other logi. Like I can swap from the Widow.
The Marauders are 80 from us, so they can jump into us a bit.
Damsel,
Skimmy is holding.
Maybe
Damsel back on
okay, swap to the side. Swap to the side.
Crow is going
Yeah, yeah, okay. Go Crow.
Scram Crow.
I am jammed by Scorpion.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Hexator and Nicholas, both in that fight. 2 of my corp mates like to sign up for Excel yeets. Basically, you saw like lots of communication in small gang. I tend to use the comms in those videos because it's interesting to hear. And then you fight the standing fleet of a big coalition. I just want to explain the setup. Basically, what I said is like every one of those ships is designed by me in PvPer, like not designed, but like it has a specific role to fulfill, right? This one is only DPS. I mean, these ones are DPS and links. Sometimes I even put a gun. I remove a gun for a third link just because they are slaves for links. Not much, but these are the big hitters. It's kind of funny. Like it's slot 10, right? 10 people. And only 2 people, or like 2 slots, are actually DPS, because you need to control so many threats from the enemy, like long-range webs, like Hugins and stuff, or like incoming DPS from long-range battleships and marauders. You need the ledge and curse basically to control damage. You need rook to jam the logi, because if there's a blob of 5 simis behind, like it's so much of like an EHP wall that you can't break it, and you need to jam like logi to actually make progress and kill stuff. You need 2 logi basically to tip off the incoming DPS, because you can't control everything. So basically, it's a well thought out comp. Like many small gang groups do it. They have a predefined setup where they just go out and try to be able to fight anything that gets thrown at them. Obviously, yeah, there's a limit to everything. Sometimes, I think there was a video where Pandemic Horde has had like 20. I have a special overview for Marauders, and it's like that big on my screen. It fits like 20 ships, and it was full. Like it's insane. Like 20 Marauders, like a wall of Marauders MGDing towards you and nothing behind. So you can't really kill anything. You can't kill a Marauder with 10 people, or like with 2 DPS ships. You just have to, you can just kill cruisers and frigates down. But yeah, that's basically my biggest video series so far, I think, and I still do it today. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, my content today, what I do after I hold some meetup in Eve, not Eve London, but in London, just a private meetup basically, I decided to make a co-op on my own with like quite a few friends that I made along the way, and we are living in Turner currently, which is great. Turner is like a low-sec system with a unique way of like, they have static wormholes, like null-secs, low-secs, high-sec, and wormhole chains. So it's a very unique place to go to live in, and similar to like a C2 with a null-sec static, but it's a bit more open. Like many NPSI groups come there, like some Russian brawlers like to come visit us like once a week or so, and we fight them or we team up with them. It's pretty like lots of content there. And obviously I still have Clone and Jita to do Excel yeets and signal filamenting, like maybe twice a month or so. It's still enjoyable, but obviously it's quite hard to do just filamenting, because there are not so many stagings. Goons or like the Imperium doesn't really have a standing fleet to fight these things. They just ignore you or try to top you. So that's not really what we're looking for to fight. So nowadays we're using conduit carriers to jump the small gang for Excel yeets directly into the staging of Init and Fraternity. But yeah, we're trying out different things depending how the meta evolves. Yeah, and my NPSI fleets, you can join my Discord if you want. Just send me your ZKill so I can try to screen you a bit. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna take a character without kills, because it might be an alt. Obviously, I'm fine with alts, obviously. You can it's not really an OPSEC thing anyways, but I try to not get the people on my Discord that I do want to fight. But I think it happens anyways. But yeah, just if you want to join the NPSI fleets, just shoot me a DM on Discord and I give you the role so you can see the pings for it. And yeah, and some special events, like if you saw the video with the Barbaroga, I was invited by a wormhole group to join their hole and use me as like a prime bait, and then they have like a 30-man Iki fleet behind. I think we killed like 3 dreads of Phoenix Coalition back then. That was pretty fun, but it's nothing regularly, so not planned or whatever. It's planned, but not like regularly planned. And some secret projects as well. Who here is Imperium? Raise your hands. No Imperium? Okay. But yeah, I wanted to try out hyperspatial rack. Many mistakes made. This is my character basically. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about it. And sometimes I do some one-hole roleplay. I try to bait fraternity sending warriors in AT ships. Why fraternity? Because they use it more regularly and they're predictable. This is Trump. Trump is the main guy of sending fleet from fraternity. He has like, I don't know, 20 AT ships. So it's pretty fun to hunt. It's good content, or like enjoyable to hunt AT ships. I can recommend it. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for listening to my talk. And we have a 12-minute Q&A, 2 mics in front. So if you have a question, just come up and ask. Thank you. Number 1 to the left. Hey.
Hey, Kado. Just one question. How you change the clones, or you try to find the good clones for Nightmare? Example, I know we are flying like mid-grade with high-grade sometimes, or DPS, or you take out the implants and you change in another?
It's basically, like I said in the beginning, the first run from Localist Primary was great. So I got injected with a lot of ISK and I never fly anything but high grades. I have like 5 high grade snakes in different places. But I get your question, like when we want to go cheap into like a standing staging, we do sometimes like we have some cheap people in the corp that don't have high grades, so they just go in like a 200 mil Omen Navy, or like even like Pullman snakes is fine. Like I sometimes go with empty pot as well if it's like a.
You know, sometimes you ask like, I need Nightmares with implants, and some people is like, I don't have money, just come with normal Nightmares.
Yeah.
We end up sometimes pretty quick die.
Yeah, well, it's fine. Like you need to think before, like what do we want to fight, like where are we going, and if it's like a high risk situation, like you can just relax and be empty clone and cheap implants. Like if someone flies a 5-bill cruiser with high grade snakes, maybe you need to ask before and then don't come with a empty clone, because that's kind of difficult to synergize with. But yeah, it's like you need to make a plan before going out, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Right, any more questions about clicking in space, double clicking? 10 more minutes. You can ask questions, it's fine. No, it's fine, you don't have to. All right, if no more questions, then I guess we have some free time. Can end the presentation early. Yeah. Sorry? Okay, yeah. So basically, check me out on YouTube, or if you want to join the NPSI things. I don't have a info slide in the end, but it's okay. Like, just find me on YouTube or on Discord, and if you want to join NPSI, come shoot me a DM, and that's it. Thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of Fanfest.